faint. I think so, just a muscle. Ooh. Yeah, I got it. Hello and welcome to TV Burp. Eskimo fertilizes a snow egg on human planet. Bin falls asleep on who does what.
Gemma, I made people reuse their plates, so how am I guilty?
Amulet. And high-voiced cow on the lakes. It's nice to see Lenny Henry back on primetime BBC One with The Magicians, isn't it?
Tonight we'll bring you classic tricks as you've never seen before. Brain-boggling acts of mentalism and phenomenal feats that will have you gasping like meatloaf on a treadmill. I know what you're thinking. Wow, this should be on the telly.
Funnily enough, I wasn't thinking that. No, but I played along last week and picked a card. There, the 4 of clubs.
If you logged onto our website before the show to try our play-along trick, I'm now going to predict that the card you chose from the deck and memorised was the 10 of diamonds.
Do you ever get that feeling that one of your cushions is staring at you? Yeah, it's Coronation Street and Peter... Oh, no, it's no use. You win.
Best of 3.
Another time. Yes, Peter is recovering at home from the big tram crash. And what's the best painkiller to take after a tram crash?
How's the physio going?
Yeah, good, thanks.
And the tramadol?
Tramadol! Big Brother's Rula Lenska has joined the cast of Corrie and is most excited.
I'll just pop to the loo, then I'll come back and tell you all about it.
I'd rather you didn't. And Chesney has got the hang of singing the Corrie theme tune into the break.
So the man who called was wanting John or me in his place to go and see this solicitor who is going to give us a great load of dosh, might be hundreds of thousands of pounds.
Now, with Nigella off the TV, there's a new lady chef on the scene. Lorraine Pascal with her show Baking Made Easy.
And for dessert, you absolutely cannot go wrong with mascarpone and ginger creme brulee. Now, I challenge you to resist the creamy layers of baked custard and the crispy caramel topping.
Now, don't fancy it. With Lorraine, it's all about baking.
I've got a baker's dozen of equipment, things that I just cannot bake without. And I also have that with ingredients, just things that I've got in stock so that whenever I feel the urge to bake, I can.
See, when I feel the urge to bake, I pop down Greg's. She's full of little tips, though, is Lorraine, especially her groundbreaking tips on food presentation.
These are a few things that I do. For smaller items, like canapés or individual cakes, I sometimes arrange them in rows.
Rows! I never thought of that before.
Or I go for piles, because central height always looks great.
Piles and rows! See, when I present my jumbo sausage rolls, I always go for this. Yeah, slightly more dramatic presentation. A bit more imposing. Now, what we liked about Nigella was the constant stream of innuendos. She's a tough act to follow. Whatever her cooking's like, surely Lorraine can't compete in the innuendo stakes.
It is a little bit unconventional, but it'll give you the stiffest, shiniest meringue you've ever seen.
Yes, she can. She has a rather odd habit when she's finished baking. She likes to take a photo of whatever she's made.
I've been emailing with some friends and I've been telling them about my soon-to-be ready focaccia. So I promised them when it's done, I'll send them a picture.
Yes, it's a picture of Lorraine's focaccia. Save that for later. I was interested to hear that David Attenborough got lucky over Christmas.
And I woke with a huge weight on my chest and the most appalling halitosis coming out.
Yeah, the old beer goggles, eh? We've all been Of course not. Well, as far as I know, anyway. This was Elsa, the lioness that changed the world, the story of George and Joy Adamson, who invented Born Free. Yes, and I was surprised to see George with his flies open.
George lived the life he wanted as lions.
Born free, as free as the wind blows. Still, there was some good news.
Then, on Christmas Day, Joy and George received the best present they could ever have dreamt of.
The TV Burp Gold 3 DVD! Available in all good branches of Woolworths. Now, how does that old Spandau Ballet song go? Where there's nothing left to make me feel small, luck has left me standing so tall. Gold! Gold! Always believe in your soul. You've got the power to know you're indestructible. Always believe in because you're gold. Gold! That you're bound to return. There's something I could have learned. You're indestructible. Always believe in because you're gold.
Gold.
Oh, brilliant. You get the idea with that. This was Birth of Britain with Time Team's Tony Robinson. Yeah. And this time he's not digging up ancient relics. No, he's digging up
Gold.
You've got the power to know. No, that's enough. It's enough. He's digging up stuff that helped to make Britain great, not just gold.
What I'm after is this. A rock that's quite literally shaped the local landscape. Slate.
Slate! But just like Time Team before it, I learned all sorts from Tony's new show.
Local geologist Christina Bell continues to study these lines that are known locally as the parallel roads. Christina, these are called roads, and they look like roads, but they're not actually roads, are they?
No, they're not roads at all. It's a very misleading name for them.
What did people think they were in the old days?
Roads? I mean, they look like roads, don't they? I've always wondered what you call rock that over millions of years has become folded. What do you call those folded bits of rock?
These are the sediments that were laid down in Iapetus, the muddy shales that became slates in the quarry, and now they've been folded into these magnificent folds.
Folds! Always believe in Great news! Michael Portillo's got his own show. Come on, forgive and forget. Yes, it's called Great British Railway Journeys.
Boo!
And, of course, there are some great train journeys, aren't there? I'm thinking here of the Trans-Siberian Express, Karachi to the Khyber Pass, Granada to Salamanca. Where's Mike off to on his?
So far, I've travelled over 60 miles from London through Kent to Tunbridge Wells. From there, I'll head east towards the coast, before tracing the shoreline, bordering the Channel, on my way to Folkestone. Then I'll pass through Ashford, en route to my final stop, Hastings.
He's certainly getting the value out of his Network South East card. I certainly wouldn't go that route. I'd get the train direct from Charing Cross, stopping at Waterloo East, London Bridge, Orpington, Sevenoaks, Tunbridge, Highbrooms, Tunbridge Wells, Frant, Wadhurst, Stonegate, Etchingham, Robertsbridge, Battle, Crowhurst, West St Leonard's Warrior Square, and Hastings. Any passengers for Eastbourne, change at St Leonard's Warrior Square. There was plenty to see in Maidstone. First stop was Watman's paper mill, where he had a shufti at some old paper.
Peter's brought me 2 samples so I can see the difference. First, the old paper. I'm seeing a lot of parallel lines, and I'm seeing a watermark in the centre too.
What the lines are the traces of the wire that the paper was made on.
And then what's this other sheet?
Well, this was also made here, and as you can see, it's completely different.
Yeah, it's much
smoother. It allows you to smooth it much more. This is a wove paper. It's actually made on a woven wire mesh.
Nah, I like the old paper with a lot of parallel lines, a watermark in the centre with traces of the wire that the paper was made on, but I also like the much, much smoother paper that allows you to smooth it much, much more that was made on a woven wire mesh. But, which is better? There's only one way to find out.